to Kids TV.
Hello, my name is Angilla Jones. I'm the director and owner of the Schoolhouse Preschool Academy, which is now a learning community for children ages 1 through 1st grade. We are extremely excited to be celebrating our 5th school year, and we have kicked it off with an amazing homecoming where families who were the initial families who started our school, really almost like founding families, have come back to share their journeys with the friends that are here now, but more importantly, just to come back to reconnect to a learning environment where their child had their first beginnings. So today I'm excited to share that we are just in awe with the journeys that our families have had since their children have graduated, but more importantly that we have maintained a community connection with them. So I appreciate all of the families that have come and have shared their kind words about our school, and more importantly, we are definitely looking forward to partnering and growing with your child until they continue on to adulthood.
We're the Enrights. I'm Tom.
I'm Lorraine.
I'm Ellie.
Our daughter Ellie has been at the schoolhouse for about 2.5 years now.
Yep. We actually found out about it actually by driving by and accidentally stumbling into it. And ever since we've come here, she has just grown so much, and we've actually found our community. I like to say that I found the village to actually help raise my child, our child.
Yeah, and she's really grown, and from a little toddler to someone who can write her name now and knows about the continent, so we've really enjoyed watching her grow here.
If you're thinking about bringing your children to the schoolhouse, we love it. It's a hidden gem. It's just, we are so much more. We're a community. We are the village that actually helps raise your children. All the parents are involved, and we all love the school, and we all love the children.
I'm Will.
I'm Somia. I'm Liam.
We've been with the schoolhouse since May 2014, so a year and a half about. And we love the schoolhouse. It is really an extension of our family. We don't have family that lives in the area, and so it's great that we have found a place where we really feel like the people who are here, and not just the teachers and Miss Angela, but also the families that are here, are also an extension of our family. We've found parents that think like us, that value the same parenting approaches, and it's great to have this community of people that we can interact with, and that our children can interact with and learn from.
Yeah, and you know, it all starts from the top. You know, this is Miss Angela's vision, and it really is, you know, come true here at the schoolhouse. All the families and all the teachers and all the children, we all get along as a community, and I think that's something that she wanted from the beginning. And you know, she puts a lot of hard work into it, and really, you can really tell. And you know, we're really happy to be here.
I think that's a good point, because a lot of education today values, you know, individual accomplishment, but for us as parents, and I think a lot of the parents here really wanted to find something where children are working together as a community, and you're not going to find that at very many schools, and this is one of the only places that really values that. Not only that, but it values the children as individuals that build here. They can build on their confidence, but also their interests. So what are the kids interested in, and what do they want to learn? They actually drive the curriculum and the things that the kids learn, and you're not going to find that at any other school. At other schools, the teachers and the administrators, they decide this is what the children are going to learn. But here, you know, if the kids are interested in butterflies, then they will take the time to learn about butterflies for a couple weeks, and it's really just a very unique place. In terms of academics, the schoolhouse is very unique in that the children learn in groups of ages, so they're not just with one grade, they're with multiple grades, so they learn as teachers. Also, the younger children learn from the older children, so they build sort of different relationships, and they learn from each other. The teachers themselves are all wonderful here. They all really care about the kids at one point, then they'll work with them to help them with their math or their language or their reading or their writing, and then they can use a completely different approach with another child depending upon what level they're at. And so it's nice that they have this personalized education in a small setting. And again, the education is child-led. You know, what the children are interested in is what the teachers help them learn more about. You know, the school is obviously going to build a great foundation for their downstream education with regards to math and reading and science, but on top of that, they get to learn all sorts of other things that you may not find in a more traditional academic setting.
Mm-hmm. And I'd have to say to any prospective parents that would want to entertain having their children come here to the schoolhouse, that the motto is it's an Ivy League beginning, and I think part of that is having children that can think outside the box, and this is a place that allows children to really expand their minds, go with their interests, and take any kind of leads or information that they want to learn more about, and gain access to that information, and become really have a lifelong love for learning. I think is what really gets generated here.
Mm-hmm. My name is Danielle Buford. I am the school coordinator here at the schoolhouse. I also double task as a teacher in any classroom on any day. And I've been here with the schoolhouse since it opened on August 8th, 2011 was our grand opening, our ribbon cutting day, and also Miss Angilla's mom's birthday. And I remember meeting Angilla, and I was working for another school, another preschool, and just hearing about her passion and her ideas for early education. I'd never heard anyone so passionate about it, and she was very positive about the difference she wanted to make in the lives of young children, which I've worked in several schools, several agencies, child care development, and that same passion, that same vigor, I'd never seen it. And just her heart for families, for community, that's meant everything for me. Because as an administrator, you think, well, all you do is sit at the desk. Well, when your passion is still about children, but your talent is administration, that still matters to you. You want to know that families are connecting with the teachers, that they feel that this is a safe haven for their child. So this journey has meant everything to me professionally, because it's helped me grow and develop just as a person. Just the relationship that we've, come into over the 5 years. This is our 5th school year, and just seeing it grow and expand, seeing the children learn things that a lot of people don't think is possible for kids their age. So that was very enlightening to me. I'm not a parent yet, and well, I've raised a few kids, but they were mine, not technically. But, you just learn new ideas. There are different things I do with my nieces and nephews, different, when I see different kids now, I just have a totally different respect for early childhood education. And I think her idea, her brand, what she's bringing for kids this age should be expanded. And I think we wouldn't have some of the problems we have later on with children because we neglect what they can do at such an early age. So it's meant everything to me personally. She's an excellent boss. I've never had anyone greater. She's a very personable person. So it's not just about, the school. It's her. It's Miss Angilla. And it's all of the passion that she has that has birthed this beautiful school, and hopefully, will transition to many other things for different kids and families in the community and wherever, honestly, because this is a model that can go across the world. She's not the type that's going to say, this is only for the schoolhouse. Her heart is for early education, wherever the kids may be. So Homecoming 2015 came where Angilla and I were talking, and here in Duluth they have what is a fall festival, and most schools, everyone has a fall festival. So we participated in the Duluth Fall Festival in the past, but we were trying to think of something that could bring our families together, and the fall festival would have done that, but we wanted, just something different, something that we could say we did here at the schoolhouse. So both Angela and I, our colleges recently had homecomings themselves, and just talking about it, thinking about it, and she was like, that's the idea that I have, something where families, alumni, we call our kids who have gone here and moved on. So we wanted something, grand event that we know will, you know, continue. So we thought about homecoming. So what do we need? We got to have a homecoming game. So recently our parents started a soccer team. Some of our kids were a part of a different soccer team in a league, and then this year the parents decided we'll have our own league. We have enough children that are interested and we'll start it here. So we said we'll start with that. You know, their game that they have at the end of the month, it'll be our homecoming game, and we'll, you know, have people come back to the school. So we thought about, you know, what we do when they come back. You know, we wanted to still have it along the lines of a fall festival. So we said we'll definitely have, you know, different games that are seasonally, you know, in for right now. So, you know, with the apples out, some of the hay, the apple cider, we of course wanted the families to have breakfast here. We couldn't decide, you know, did we want to have breakfast? Did we want to have dinner? Because initially we were thinking of a evening style sit down dinner, and we're like, that's not going to be fun for the kids. So we thought, what can we do that would be active for families as well as the kids? So we said, let's do it. Okay, we got to think about who's going to be there. You know, what do we want the game to look like? We got to have homecoming shirts, because, you know, everyone has a homecoming shirts. And then how will we advertise it? You know, we'll talk to the parents. We got their ideas. You know, the teachers and we all came together and said, what can we do here, you know, that would make an official homecoming really feel like a homecoming? So with the t-shirts, with the kids coming back, Angela had the great idea of getting, you know, old pictures of the kids, some of them that are not here anymore, but we knew they may come today. And we just start, you know, sending out information to see what the feedback would be. And it turned out great.
So the Schoolhouse means, has a twofold meaning for me. On the one hand, it is an excellent school for my children. It's a loving environment where the teachers and the director, Miss Angilla, are so intimately involved with my children and with their learning, and they just really have a desire in their hearts for my children to succeed. And that means a lot to me and my husband as parents. We love that. My little boy was potty trained within a couple of weeks of coming here. My little girl is just completely thriving, and my 4-year-old little boy is reading whole books. He's on a goal to read 100 books in the next couple of months. So, and that's something he came up with on his own since he started at the Schoolhouse. I'm very close friends with the director, Angilla Jones. She and I actually met 20 years ago before the Schoolhouse existed, and she told me literally in the week that she and I met that her dream was to open a preschool. So, and I hope I don't break down and cry, but personally, I know what this means to Angilla, and to have seen this go from it being an idea in her heart to actually coming to fruition, it just means a lot. I'm so proud of my friend. I mean, I'm just so excited for all that she's accomplished in the 4 years that the Schoolhouse has been open, and now to be able to bring my own family and raise my own children in the Schoolhouse, it's such an exciting feeling, and it's just awesome to watch her grow and to watch my children grow with her. This homecoming event is really neat. Like I said, we've only been a part of the school with our children for about 2.5 years, but I feel like I've been part of the Schoolhouse for 20 years since its inception in Angilla Jones's heart and mind. So to see this homecoming and to be a parent and to see other parents that have come and gone, whose children have graduated and moved on, it's just really neat to see how the school is thriving and how everyone who's been touched by the school is continuing to thrive. And it's exciting for my kids to see them going around doing all these cool things and these neat activities like the haystack and the tossing the pumpkin and bobbing for apples. How cool is it to see your children experience that stuff and to have so much fun? And who doesn't love to laugh with their kids and enjoy having a good time with them? If you're thinking about joining the Schoolhouse, I would make sure that you're looking for an environment that lets your children be free to be children. There's a lot of play here, and not play like, hey, we're not learning, we're just playing around and goofing off, but play that is so good for our children's souls and for their little minds to grow, for their little brains to grow. And if you're thinking about being a part of this community, know that it is a community, that we're a family, that the parents all support each other, that we truly take to heart that phrase that it takes a village to raise a child. It hurts me when I don't know the name of a new child, because I know that I want to know them, because it's like having a new sibling in our family. So just know that you'll be part of a bigger community and part of a group of people that are really excited about their children's education.
We're the Gaddises. I'm Grant.
I'm Sandy.
I'm Knox. Action.
Hi, we're the Gaddises, and our son Knox has been at the schoolhouse for almost 2 years, a little over 18 months. He came here sometime around 16 to 18 months old in February of 2014. And when we started here, we were really hoping to develop his language and just really see what his development would be. And since he's been here, his development has just been out of control. He changes every week, learns something new every week. His sentence structure is amazing. He corrects himself in his own grammar all the time, to things that I wouldn't even think to correct sometimes. But it's amazing. His math and reading are crazy. He's just turned 3 in August, and he can do basic arithmetic, basic reading of words, sight words. He knows all of his letters and vowels. We both actually have parents who are in education. I have a kindergarten teacher as a mother, and
My mom's a 3rd grade teacher. So.
and talking to even my mother, who's a kindergarten teacher, you know, he does things with her and her learning that half the kids in her class aren't even doing at this point, with the reading and the arithmetic and just overall understanding of the process of things. And some of the other things that are amazing is not just the education side of it, but the arts and sciences and things they do, bringing in outside resources to do art classes and things. And some of the things he makes are unbelievable.
We put him in an art class that was offered here, and he just did amazing. And the teachers have always just been so encouraging, and especially for him, he you know, coming into it, learning sort of on how do I say it? He just was he was younger in the class. He was the younger one in that art class, and he just did so well, and we were so proud of him and just how encouraging everybody was. And he came out with some really, really great pieces of art, and then that's carried over into the classroom too, not just that special class. So, you know, we love how they bring in specially trained people to help with things like exercise. You know, they have a yoga class, they do the art, they do other things that we really appreciate, because that also helps the teachers too, and so it's a really nice cohesive environment.
And one of the things we looked at a couple of different places before we decided to start here was Angilla in general is one of the most fantastic people we've ever met. Her dedication and caring and thought process into everything that goes along with the kids' development is just really special and unique, and something that we've never experienced or come across anywhere else.
She just made us feel so instantly encouraged from going from an experience somewhere else that wasn't the greatest. We were very hesitant to transition, and the moment we met her and just her vision and her excitement for Knox, you know, specifically, not only the whole school, but individual excitement for each child, we were just like, wow, she cares about him like we care about him. And we really, really just latched onto that. We love that.
And I think also on top of that, one of the things she tries to do is really find other people that are here at the schoolhouse that kind of follow her vision and really care about the kids. And it's not just going through the motions. Okay, we're doing our morning work and our sight words and things. They take a real interest in the kids and their development, and want to know the stories about what's happening at home, and you know, those sorts of things. And when we come in every day, it's, oh my gosh, Knox did this today, or so and so. And you know, even Knox is excited to go to school in the morning at 3. You know, he wants to go see his friends. He wants to tell us about the art he's doing, or show us, you know, what new words he's read, or you know, he'll say things all the time. Like the other day, not to get off track, but it's like he said something and then said, actually, Daddy, that's not true. And then corrected himself.
Yeah.
And he's 3. So it's just little things like that, the things that he says and the development that he has grammatically is just stunning.
Yeah.
And it's we look forward to what he's going to do next, and how much he's going to develop. I mean, when he gets to kindergarten age, what that is going to be like.
And we have another one on the way, and we're excited about the opportunities that are going to be offered
to our next child as well, and we didn't waste a moment considering where we would put our next child when it was time. I mean, there's not a single question in our mind. Whenever we can put our next child in here, we're doing it, and it's so comforting to know that we're going to have an unbelievable place to put our children.
I'm Knox, and I'm 3, and I love the schoolhouse.
We're the Johnstones.
I'm Ian.
I'm Tiffany.
I'm Tyson. I'm Tuckle. I'm Vivi.
We've definitely found the academic level at the schoolhouse to be superior to some of the other preschools in the area. Our boys are definitely precocious. They were the reason why we started to try to find a school and to come here. You know, we thought that, oh, they know a lot of things and they're kind of advanced for their age, and then we got them enrolled in the school and coming to Miss Rosa and Miss Christina's class, and quickly learned that there are a lot of kids at their level and even beyond, and the structure that they have here at the school and the lesson plans that they go through and the reports that they send us a few times a week are definitely helpful for us to see how much they're growing and how they're learning and how their thought process is expanding and how they're learning about the world around them. And we're so thankful for that. We appreciate every opportunity that they get. We also have our daughter Vivi is in the 1 and 2 year old class, and she's doing wonderfully. Everyone talks all the time about how her vocabulary is so large for her age. They always tell us funny stories about the things that she'll say, and they can't even believe that she has these ideas, and she does so well with her numbers and her letters and her colors and her arts and crafts and activities. She was telling us the other day how she was working on a special project at the schoolhouse and then proceeded to tell us all about the painting that she'd done. So we appreciate all of the very well-rounded curriculum that they have at the school, all the opportunities that they get, and all of the friendships that they've been able to make here at the schoolhouse.
And I think that, boy, how do I say it? I walked in the door upon finding the schoolhouse, and to say I was sold immediately might be an understatement. Just the feeling you get when you walk in the door, it doesn't feel like another preschool. The other preschools that we visited were had a factory atmosphere, high ceilings and bright colors all over the place, and just like it seemed like a big playground, and just the level of I guess the teachers, if you want to call them that we saw and experienced at the other places, just did not compare to the teachers here at the schoolhouse. Every teacher here has a teaching degree. Even in the 1 and 2 year old class. That's important. We weren't looking for just a daycare. We weren't looking for somebody to change diapers and make sure our kids ate enough. We wanted them to learn, and as Tiffany said, they just really exploded when they came here. On top of that, and then the overall atmosphere of from the playground being so simplistic, yet it teaches them to run and play but learn at the same time. And then the classroom setting, it's something very basic, but it's low ceilings. It feels like a home. They come here, it feels like a home. It's smaller classes, but yet they're big enough for them to start gearing them towards going into elementary school someday, where the class sizes are going to grow exponentially. So just the whole overall atmosphere, and then walking in the door, meeting Angilla for the first time, wow, I'll just say wow. What a great conversation. I think I was here for an hour and a half talking to her the first time we walked in, and I walked in without Tiffany, and I said, Tiffany, I think we just found our place, but I want you to be the judge. We walked in, Tiffany was here for maybe all of 2 minutes and kind of looked at me with that eye of, yeah, this is where our kids are going to go. Yeah. So with that said, we can't thank the schoolhouse enough for all that they've done for us and for our kids.
My name is Brittany Brandon. I just moved to Georgia, so I just started with the schoolhouse. I work in the toddlers classroom, or the birdhouse classroom. I used to teach public school. My last experience in the public school system was with 4th grade, and that is when I decided that I needed to leave the public school system. I didn't like putting children in one small box and expecting them to stay in that box. So when I came to Georgia, I was looking for an experience where you cared about the whole child, not just can you do A, B, and C. So in my search for different preschools or elementary schools, I stumbled upon the Schoolhouse and met Miss Angela, and she invited me to come and observe the school. So when I came and saw how, I mean, when you walk through the door, you just feel love when you come in here. And when you go into each classroom, you can see how invested each teacher is into each life and of every child that's in there. And it felt like home. So I told her I want to interview, I want to be here, and I don't have very much experience with toddler age, but she took me in anyway and is helping me to learn how to teach younger children. And it just feels amazing because I have that love inside, that motherly love inside. And I like that you can express that with the children, that you can be that loving person with them, and that you can allow them to be who they are without trying to fit them into a box. Okay, when I met Miss Angela, we clicked automatically. Through the interviewing process, it felt really comfortable. It felt like I was talking to a friend. We share a lot of the same ideas and passions about education. She's a really awesome person to learn from because she somehow incorporates education into fun, and the kids honestly don't even know that they're learning something. They're just having a lot of fun. And I love that she is so dedicated to having them learn in a fun way and having them be so ready to learn and ready to explore the world.
My name is Shalonda Eligors. My husband is Tyree Eligors. My children are Kaylin Eligors and Malachi Eligors, and we've been with the Schoolhouse for over 4 years. The Schoolhouse has been such a godsend. It's a wonderful school with loving teachers. I tell this story all the time. My son, when he first started, he would only grunt. He wouldn't use words. I took him to pediatrician after pediatrician. They all said it just takes time. He came to the Schoolhouse, and within 1 week, Miss Christina had him using words. And since that time, now he's an avid reader. He loves to spell, and I know that all of it is possible because of this school. I knew that God placed my children here for a reason. I was searching high and low for a school that would not only teach my children, but encourage them to learn more, encourage them to think outside the box, encourage them to have curiosity, to use that, to use it to their advantage, to exceed expectations. And this school has done that. My daughter Kaylin is such an avid reader. She goes and she reads to little kids. She goes to different church events or to different family events, and she reads to the little ones. She encourages them to read. She's trying to teach them how to read. And I know that that was only possible because of the loving atmosphere of this Schoolhouse. When I walk in, well, when I first walked in, I felt the love for the children. And you don't see that a lot. You see a lot of teachers that are just there to get a paycheck. But here, it's actually for the students. They actually care about the students. They actually care about the future of the students. They actually care about extending their intelligence far beyond what is mandated. That it's not, they don't have a ceiling here. They can go as far as they want to. As far as they want to excel, they can do that here. And with a lot of schools, I know that there was a lot of high teacher turnarounds. Teachers didn't care about the students. They really didn't care about the directors. But here you get that camaraderie. You get that extended family feeling. Because even as a working mom, you feel like you're neglecting your children because you're not there with them all the time. But you know that you have to work so that you can provide for them. So this was my happy medium. Even though I know that they're not with me, I know that they're being cared for. And even though it's not me, it's really close. So that makes a big difference to me. I know that they're being taken care of. I know that they're being cared for. I know that when they come in, you know, oh yes, this is Kaylin and she has an issue with this, or she has a problem with this, let me help her with this. Or this is Malachi and, you know, he likes to make people laugh, but he needs to buckle down and study more. So let's work with him with that, but incorporate him being funny so that he gets both worlds, so they don't feel like it's all work, that work is fun. Being intelligent is a great thing to be. Like they always say, I like being a nerd. And that's what I want for being a fellow nerd and their father being a fellow nerd. We love the fact that they embrace that. They embrace, yes, we want to exceed to the best of our ability. Yes, we want to get to a higher place in life. And we know that that comes from the fundamentals, which are reading, which is math, which, and that makes me as a parent feel good. I cannot say enough about Miss Angela. She is not only a wonderful person, she has a mothering spirit, if I can say that, because she has such a care and such an emphasis on each and every individual child that it amazes me. Like I don't understand how she could actually love each individual child. There's a lot of children here, and if you're a mother, you understand the more children, the more hectic it can be. But she has such even though it's a mothering spirit, it's with the underlining of a disciplinarian, so that the children know, yes, she loves us, but no means no. No thank you means don't do that. And I respect her, so I will do what she says. And that comes back home too, because they understand if we can respect authority at school, then we need to respect authority at home. And I love the teachers also, because the teachers have embraced the concept that Miss Angela gives, the founding principles. You feel the love when they come in. You feel the love that they have for each child. You feel the understanding that they have for each child's personality. And that's great. And you don't get that in today's society. And to find a school where you have that, and they nurture each child, and they care about each child, that is precious.
We're the Merceds. My name is Carly.
My name is Keone.
Keone was the first child here at the schoolhouse. Me and my husband had looked at several other schools before we found this one. And when we came in, it was just the environment, speaking to Miss Angela, her vision for education for him was just amazing. He was here for over a month by himself, and we were wondering, when's the next child gonna come? And then Wesley came in, and Keone just really just blossomed here. It was just amazing the things they were having him do. He was reading 3-letter words before he was even 3 years old, and it's just, the school is just an amazing place. Miss Angela is just, she has a very inviting, she invited us in. She did an interview before Keone even started to get to know him. She's come to our house for Keone's birthday party. It really feels like a family here. Everyone gets along. When you see the parents, when they pick their kids up, you're like, hi, how are you? And it's just amazing. And just Miss Angela, the way that she has her vision for education is like nothing I've ever seen before. She has the kids doing things that you just wouldn't think they would be able to do. I remember when I first came, she had glass cups, and I said, there's no way he's going to be able to drink out of that. And she's like, he will do it. You will see. It's like her expectations are higher, so the children, they just achieve the things. That's just amazing. And anyone who's looking for a school for their family, I always tell them about the schoolhouse. I always let them know about just the whole environment. It's just like nothing you'll ever see.
Hello, I'm Alyssa Jones. I teach pre-K here at the schoolhouse. I've been here for about 3 to 4 months now, and I absolutely enjoyed my time here. The kids are wonderful. The staff is absolutely amazing. Everybody's so passionate about what they do here, and it's very motivating and moving. It has been a wonderful experience so far, and it just makes me feel like I'm at home. It's very comfortable, and I absolutely love the atmosphere. I am new. I did work at previous schools before, and then I stayed home with my now one-year-old son. So I was a stay-at-home mom for a while, and now I'm jumping back into it, and it's been a wonderful transition for me. I absolutely love it. I feel so comfortable, so it was something that was going to be a big step, and I absolutely loved every second of it. The first time meeting her, I just thought it was a boss relationship, but she definitely offers so much more. I learn from her every day in everything that she does. She's a very inspiring woman, just in general, not just as my boss, but just as a person in general. I can see how much she cares and gives back to everybody. So it's very, very special to me just to watch her every day. How I feel about homecoming. This is actually my first homecoming with the Schoolhouse, so it was different. I didn't know exactly what to expect, but the outcome, everything was amazing. How everybody just chips in and volunteers and does all this work just to make it this wonderful day for all these kids. It's absolutely amazing. If you are a parent and you're looking for a place for your child to come, this is definitely the place. Just because, I'm not just saying that just because I work here, but my first thought, now that I am a parent, I absolutely was just like, I can't wait till my son comes here, just because I know how everybody works here and how much they genuinely care. They genuinely care how and what happens to your child, and it's awesome. It's so honest. Everything is so honest here, and I think that's amazing. If I can choose anywhere, it would be here.
Hi, we're the Vanderpools. I'm Mark.
I'm Cheryl. Say it.
I'm Danielle.
We've been here, started in August of 2015. Totally enjoy the whole environment, love the school, love the principals of the school, and just really blessed to be here.
When I met with Miss Angilla last spring, we were actually considering homeschooling, just looking for the perfect place, the perfect preschool for Emmanuel, where they really cared about him and they knew what he was interested in and knew where he was developmentally. And then we found the Schoolhouse, and we absolutely love the Schoolhouse. We've appreciated just the different teaching methods they have in the classroom. They have some group activities, but then they also have a lot of individual activities as well that really allow Emmanuel to grow based on his interests and learn the things that he enjoys learning. And the teachers have been absolutely amazing, just amazing. They really love him, they really care about him, they really try to learn him so that they can teach him where he is. And it's really neat to see a class of, I don't know, 15, 18 children that are all learning at their own pace. In just a few short months, since he's only been here since August, we've really seen him learn his letters, his letter sounds. I appreciated just the idea of not just learning to recognize the letters, both capital and lowercase letters, but also the sounds that go along with it, and typically those are all taught separately. And I've had a challenge just in the last year before he started at the Schoolhouse trying to help him learn his sounds, but just in these few short months he's definitely been able to learn all of his sounds, and now is starting to learn a few sight words.
Yeah, I think what's been really cool is there is a level of excitement that he has about learning. And I mean, he's always been a curious child, and he's always been, we believe, he's always been very drawn to new things, but he's taken to this type of learning in a different way. And he can't wait to get home, and he can't wait to show Daddy. In most cases, Mommy is picking him up and dropping him off, but he's got to get to Daddy to kind of let Daddy know exactly what he's learned. And so I'm very much in his world. I mean, he's really pulled me in even more so now that he's been here. And then the few occasions that I actually get to come to the Schoolhouse to drop him off and just spend some time, just looking at his environment and just kind of looking at, this is a little home for him. It's a home away from home. And they designed it that way on purpose. And so these kids are very independent. They're motivated because somebody actually buys into that they have a lot of potential. And you can see that in how things are kind of laid out here. So, I mean, I'm blown away. I mean, it's been only a few months, like Cheryl said, since August. Thankful.
And in addition to just what he's learning academically, Mark touched on it, just the school has really partnered with us as a family. Miss Angela came out to visit with us just to get to know us as a family and what kinds of things we believed and what are we trying to instill in Emmanuel. And we really feel like the schoolhouse has partnered with us from a family standpoint and not only teaching him academically but also instilling values, the same values that we have at home. They're also trying to instill in him here. So we definitely appreciate the whole child approach to learning that they have here at the school.
Just looking at what we've experienced, if there's a parent out there that's looking for a place to take their child, to not just drop them off and it's a daycare scenario or it's some type of forced learning environment, this isn't the place. This is a place where the child gets to learn at the child's pace. This is a place where the child can feel good about learning. They're excited about learning. I think the atmosphere is one that's conducive to learning the way, again, like I said, they've kind of laid things out here. And so I think parents, that's ultimately what we want for our kids. We want our child to learn in their way. And I think that's the key versus there's a cookie cutter process and they're forced into that. These kids learn their way. And Emmanuel's blossoming as a result. So we're definitely proof of that, Emmanuel is.
We absolutely believe that the schoolhouse believes in every child that comes here and that every child is different. Every child has a different set of gifts, a different personality, different likes and dislikes, and all of that is welcomed here. There's such diversity here in the school, not just from a individual child perspective, but from a cultural standpoint. And there's just so much wisdom to be gained from having different cultures in one school. And you put all that together and you have a child, you have children here that really are going to grow and develop into all that it is they can be.
We're the Vanderpools.
Wait, we're the Vanderpools and we love the schoolhouse.
You are a family that's looking for a unique learning environment for your child, where your child can really have that individual attention, and more importantly, that your child has the opportunity to grow and be themselves. We will enjoy having an opportunity to spend time with you, coming to visit our learning community, and more importantly, to spend time with the families that make up our community. We would love for you to come visit with us. You can visit our website, theschoolhouse.com, or you can just Google us and see what other families are saying